It is renewing hopes in life and, most importantly, believing you again. Did you suffer a lot in this period? Cried a lot? It was soul cleaning. Did you get angry at people? It was to forgive them one day? Did you feel only several times? It is because you closed the door to the angels, believed that all was lost. It was the beginning of your improvement. Yeah, now it's time to restart. To think of the light. To find pleasure in the simple things again. How about a bold, different haircut, a new course, or that old desire to learn to dye, draw, master the computer, or anything else? Look. How much challenge. Look how much new thing in this world of my God waiting for you. Are you feeling alone? Nonsense. There are so many people that you have gone away, that you pushed with your isolation period. There are so many people waiting for only one smile of yours to get close. When we locate ourselves in sadness, we don't even endure ourselves. We were horrible. The bad mood is eating our liver until the mouth is bitter. Restart. Today is a good day to start new challenges. Where do you want to get? Go loud? Dreams loudly. Want the best of the best. Want good things for life. Thinking like this, we bring us what we want. If we think small, little things we will have. Already, if we wish strongly the best, and especially fight for the best will settle in our lives. And it is today, the day of mental cleaning. Throw away everything that holds you to the past, to the world of sad things, photos, pieces of clothing, bullet paper, movie tickets, travel tickets, and all of that junk we keep when we think they are in love. Throw it all out, but mainly empty your heart. Stay ready for life to find love again. Remember, we are in love. We are always able to love and be loved. To love many times, many people. After all, we are love. Because I am the size of what I see, and not the size of my height. It is with great joy, and with this poem, that I do not know. In fact, it is not a poem, a text. I found on the internet the other day. I found it very simple, but it's so direct, so capable of really telling us simple things, that to those times we are even used to listening. I always like to say that sometimes the word that transforms our life is not the ordinary word. It is that ordinary word said at the right time and the right way. Because sometimes we have heard it many times. A motivating text, as you have so often had the opportunity to have contact on Facebook or someone telling you. An email you receive. Unknown authors, because these texts sometimes arrive signed by the Drummond de Andrade. But it was not he who wrote. Just to give authority to the text, sometimes people put a known author. It is a text that anyone could have written the moment they thought one's own life. The dynamics of life itself. Even if you don't be illiterate, you may have already thought all this there. But suddenly that word dictates at the right time. When you hear that at the right time, it has a transforming power over us impressive. This cleaning that the unknown writer proposes to us with this text called The Start serves on us at this time when we look at each other's death. We think ours. In philosophy, we learn that the only way we have to experience death before we die, of course, because death is the event that we will, in fact, know what it is to die, is at the moment. Fat people die. There is no other way to experience personal death but dying. So how will this be the definitive act? I anticipate this experience when I look at those who die by my side, because somehow we look at those people who are gone. It is a way you have, to look at your death is in the one who dies. It is an impact on us. The death of others impacts us. And when you feel this impact, it is natural that you also spend your clean life. Priest. But you also take the daily risks. Life is dangerous. It is always dangerous. Living is dangerous, as Guimarães Rosa said in the introduction of his great Certain Veritas. Living is dangerous. It is always a battle. It is always a daily struggle for us to survive. I will cross the street, I risk being run over. I will take a car. I go to the road. I risk having an accident. Everything is dangerous. But I don't talk about this danger that it's not to become a neurosis in us. We need to live with good faith, right? The first experience of faith we do is this. It is natural, not a supernatural experience. I trust the other. I trust the bus driver. I trust the subway driver. I trust the plane pilot. I trust the baker. Because at no time will you buy a bread suspicious that he put a poison on bread, which he poisoned that mass, and that he wants to kill everyone that day. We trust people. You open a jar of candy, you eat. Don't go through your head the possibility of that sweet being poisoned. It is part of good faith. It is the most natural faith we experience in life, which is the one that gives you the conditions to go out towards your mother's lap when you still don't know how to walk and take the first steps. This faith that forwards us and makes us live life without clear neurosis. There are people who need to be treated, right? At a certain moment of life that is so afraid of dying, usually when we are experiencing a very good time in life, people often develop this phobia, the fear of death. So then you need to administer even with medicines to return to live naturally. But this cleaning, it goes beyond these daily realities. It enters the deepest of the meaning of our lives. This is where we need to remove the excesses so that we are able to extract what really matters. Because we all want to be happy. Sometimes we are not happy is because of the wrong choices we make. And when I speak of happiness, I'm not talking about the absence of problems. This is utopian. This does not exist. I am talking about the possibility that we live comfortable in us, of you looking at the life you are living and you are satisfied with the result you are having. It is possible. Our vocation is this. It is not having an extraordinary life. Because sometimes we look at the famous people, we talk, wow. What an extraordinary life must have that person. Anything. When she comes home, when she is alone with the people who are part of her world, that is absolutely ordinary, like everyone's life. The stages are not eternal. That movie star you see shining on the screen, look what happened to him. A man who won Oscar, a man who has won numerous awards throughout his life, and suddenly cannot manage the unhappiness of the moment, or could not manage the scene, because it is also dangerous. No one is free from losing the meaning of life, and I particularly think it can be for me, for you, an opportunity for us to review what we are doing in our lives. Sometimes we run too much. Sometimes we expose ourselves to a context of such need. Perhaps it is at a time when people will need. We are living a time when people will need to simplify their lives. Such the complexity of the world. The world is increasingly complex, my people. Because the more it makes our lives easier, the more complex it gets, because it generates possibilities. A world that offers many possibilities to human being of displacement, possibilities for knowledge, entertainment. It becomes increasingly complex. It is not a simple world we had 100 years ago, where you had to take a trip to arrive in Europe. You would take 10, 12 days of ship. Not today. 8 hours by plane, you were there. You land in Portugal. These facilities complete our lives, because the more we can, the more complex we get. And when we are very complex, we get lost in the context of choices. We have difficulty finding what is essential. Because the one who can much, he runs a serious risk of not choosing what he really needs. Because between what we can and between what we really need, there is a great distance. And only wisdom makes us recognize, in the midst of all that I can, what I really need. That's where two say we need to do the cleaning, because of the excesses that are part of us. Thank you for joining us on this spiritual journey at Path of Faith. Your participation is key to our community's growth, So please leave your comments, give us a like, share this video, and subscribe for more uplifting content.